I think there are so many women single in their 30s who are amazing.
I packed up my stuff and decided to move in with my mom to get back on my feet.
The couples that are the strongest are the ones in which the woman is the leader of the relationship. For my men out there, if leading doesn't feel natural to you, just find you a dominant woman.
One of y'all bragging about how you're fat but still got a man.
How hard it is being a pretty girl in this day and age.
And you know the one reason for this? The one reason why women are so entitled? Social media.
People say to me, like, aren't you scared being single in your 30s? And I'm like,
over 27, unmarried, female. What do you call this lady? We call them 剩女, which means leftover women.
no, I have a career. I don't need anything from anybody, and I've never been in that position before, I don't think. But I think it's like such an empowering thing to be single right now. I'm like, I feel like I'm in my 20s, but with money and like purpose and fulfillment and all of that.
40s is the new 20s.
Delusional.
And
Yeah.
so I think the fact that society puts this pressure on women.
She said 40s is the new 20s. By the time you're 40, you look like you're close to that age now. Seems like you have a divorced husband. I'm just giving a synopsis of how she looks compared to what she's doing. I'm sure this is all her, right? 40s is the new 20s is because she's divorced her husband. She got that old thing back. She's having flings now.
And like, you need to be married, you need to have kids. Well, I think it's much worse to be married and have children with the wrong person
Yes.
and or be in a relationship that doesn't fulfill you, that doesn't make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be with the right person, not just be with a person.
For
so,
sure.
So good for you. I think
Thank you.
that's all noise. You know, sometimes you got to just quiet the noise and align with what makes you feel good. And if someone doesn't make you feel good that's in your life, you've got to say, sorry, like this just isn't going to work out for me. But
Mm-hmm.
the right person ignites you, inspires you, and gives you passion and purpose for everything that you do.
You know what's wild? As I understand why guys do what they do. This is what a lot of men do. They go online. They go in TikToks like hers and say you've hit the wall. They let them know. You know what's wild? These women need to know the same way it's done in China. They need it to happen here. Bring shame back.
Check the single woman box.
Because they think that hot stuff with their podcast, they're making all that money, doesn't mean anything.
I think there are so many women in this sort of situation who end up single in their 30s who are amazing.
3 levels of leftover women in Chinese. Level 1, 剩女 means leftover woman over 30, not married. Level 2, 圣斗士 means leftover warrior over 35, not married. Level 3, 必胜客 means unescapable leftover woman over 40, not married.
And they don't seem to be meeting the right, or you know, a
Or
guy
anyone.
that matches up to their level. But I think there's something to be said about the fact that when you are in your 30s and you have your own success and you've built your own life and you're independent, you don't need someone. So they have to be really, really special for you to want to actually invest your time in them.
My name is Adrian, and this year, at 31 years old, I completely started my life over. In March, right before turning 31, I decided to leave my full-time career as a physician assistant to pursue my dream of becoming a life coach and content creator. And right around the same time, my relationship of 10 years also ended.
As a single woman phase.
As you can imagine, I hit an absolute rock bottom, and I was left terrified of what my future might look like, because within the span of a month, my entire world flipped upside down, and I was left for the first time in my entire life asking, okay, what now? I knew I had 2 choices: allow this time in my life to cause me to spiral, to wallow in my pain, create more separation from where I truly wanted to be, or let this be my defining moment. Let this be the time in my life where everything changes. So heartbroken and scared while thrown into starting over, I also decided and declared I am starting over. The life I had been living up until this point wasn't in alignment. So I packed up my stuff and decided to move in with my mom to get back on my feet, to heal, and to give myself the opportunity to build the life of my dreams. I've held a lot of shame about moving home at the age of 31, but I now realize it's the best gift I've ever given myself. In this season of starting over, it has given me the time and space to heal. It has given me the freedom to travel, and it has allowed me to dive in head first to building the life of my dreams. I am still in an in-between season now, and while I don't know exactly what the future holds, I do know that I have been given the opportunity to start over, and I'm not going to waste it.
I was listening to her closely, and I was somewhat on the side until she said, I have the freedom to travel. You can't travel nowhere. You can't, right? You're doing the worst thing right now. Like, I got to be real. You just left your job. Your boyfriend left you. So now you're going to travel and you're living at home with your mom? No, don't travel. Stack money. That's the difference. I got to be real. That's the big difference between women and men. When men are grinding, because you're in grind mode right now, stock up your money. Stock it. Have a rainy day fund, a big rainy day fund. Live with your mom for 2-3 years and make that rainy day fund so big that you can live out on your own probably for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. It won't bother you. Use your brain.
I stand by the opinion that men are not inherent leaders, that they are not meant to be leaders.
Literally, they're not. And I really didn't want to say this, but like I was so scared to say this because I already know like people are just gonna come for me. But I'm a relationship therapist, and so I couldn't scroll past this video and not say anything. From my experience, the couples that are the strongest, most successful, longest lasting are the ones in which the woman is the leader of the relationship. Since the dawn of time, there's been so many women leaders that have been.
Did she say the couples that are stronger and longer lasting are led by women? I gotta hear this.
Have been like in the Bible and in ancient Egyptian, whatever. Like women's were always just the head of the game.
You can't make this shit up.
I think somewhere down the line, society made it a thing to like reverse roles and say that men were the providers and the protectors. I think it's a societal thing. I don't think it's instinctive or natural. Because like that other creator was saying, I stitched a video so you could go back and watch it. If it was a natural thing, and I actually wrote a video about this in my notes a couple months back, probably like October, and I was going to say something, but I got scared and I never posted the video. But since she did it, let's really just talk about it. If it was a natural thing, it wouldn't be forced. We wouldn't be having 50-50 conversations. We wouldn't be trying to remind.
Now, look, she brought in the Bible. She clearly doesn't know anything about the Bible, right? Because if you brought in the Bible, when the first sin happened, which was created by woman, God made it so women don't have any say-so. Even in the church, like you see women nowadays, a lot of women pastors, that's not ordained by God. That's of Satan, actually. And a lot of things you're saying is not right. But I'll hear you out. I'll hear what you say. See, because a lot of these women give women bad advice, not knowing certain things. So I'll let her finish talking.
Remind men to do it. It would have been natural. It is more, from my experience, what I've observed with couples. It is more, common for men to want to be told what to do. Even when we look at the most powerful couples, there's always like a man who is kind of just like taking the lead of his wife. He might be the face of something, but it's evident that he's taking the lead of his wife. The wife is the brains of the operation. Okay, I wanted to give a really quick example. So take LeBron James and Savannah James. It is evident that LeBron is out all the time doing what he needs to do while Savannah is at home actually running their family system. So LeBron is the face of the system, but he goes out and he gets the money, quote unquote, providing, but he brings it back home to Savannah in order for her to successfully water and grow their family system. LeBron is the face and the provider while Savannah is the operator. And it's genius. It's a great system. Like Obama, for example, Obama and Michelle, he's very open about first of all, he introduces himself as, I am Michelle Obama's husband. And secondly, he is very open about the fact of, that Michelle ran the country and he was just the face. We notice that when a man is really,
Michelle didn't run the country. The people with money ran the country. She's just saying anything. That's what she's doing. She's saying anything and knows nothing. I'm surprised. I'm happy. She was able to make a life. She's the couples therapist. And this is exactly why men don't go to couples therapy. She's a therapist totally against men, a feminist therapist.
Confident in his identity, he's much more likely to behave as Obama.
The delusion.
And it's so funny because men, because of society, I'm just going to write it off to societal, norms. Because of society, men feel like they have to be dominant. They have to be the one to make all the decisions. But ironically enough, when they are in that position, they are uncomfortable. I don't make the rules. This is just what I see. I do want to say that men are, at their best when they're protecting. I could give them that. But when it comes to leading, if we just look at where society is going today, the best companies are being ran by women. We don't talk about it because, society has always wanted to women, and women don't get jobs and women don't get this.
She just said the best companies are ran by women. All the best companies are ran by men. That's all she knows how to do. Just blabbing on, not making any sense, right? This is why feminism is going nowhere, because they blabber on and don't know facts. They don't care about being logical. They don't speak with logic, right? And they try to shut men down and come with things that's not true. They do this all the time. She's doing it right now. She did it for 3 minutes and 39 seconds of speaking things that are not true with her degree. She got a degree though. She's the therapist.
CEO positions, but they do. So for my men out there, if leading doesn't feel natural to you, just find you a dominant woman that is willing and able to lead. And it won't be hard because naturally women are leaders.
That's a who's that.
And dominant doesn't mean dominant over you. It just means confident, certain, sure, emotional, but the good kind. Because if you're able to tap into your emotions effectively, you can make the best decisions. But yeah, you guys are safe kings. You don't have to lead the whole entire herd. Women can do it too. As humans, we're actually both masculine and feminine. As a human being, you should be able to operate from both places. But,
Ladies, you need to ask yourself, what is my primary focus? When have you ever heard a man say, I've spent my life trying to find my soulmate? They don't do that, ladies, because they don't care. Everything is about them and what they want to achieve. That's why a man will have fun with you and completely discard you and move on to his long list of things to do. He doesn't care. They don't care like us.
No, it has nothing to do with us not caring like you. Most of y'all spend your life chasing a guy that doesn't want you and propping yourself up that you're a 10 when you're a 5 at best. It's sad. That's literally what happens. And get on video and talk like this and doesn't understand what's happening. And you can clearly see it. You watch a month of videos and go, wait a minute, these women are crazy. I need to do something about this. Seriously. That's why I'm happy to have Match Made in Asia out there, right? Match Made in Asia. I found my wife on a dating site online. And Match Made in Asia, you can find your woman in the Philippines, Thailand. She could be any one of the other Asian countries out there and have more success. Because you see, women that think like this, their brains are mush. It's bad. But yeah, guys, check out Match Made in Asia. I think .com. I don't know what it is, but I'm actually affiliating with them. And I'll show the link in the description. Be sure to check it out.
Quick question. Are you kidding me?
Hey girl, I feel you. I am single in my 30s and I have been there so many times, so I hear what you're saying and I want to tell you that you are not alone. It is so discouraging when you really try to put yourself out there and trying to connect with someone on a really deep level just doesn't happen for you. And I hate when people say, oh, I don't know how you're still single, or put yourself out there. Like, I literally put myself out there so much. I travel all the time. I am at coffee shops. I joined a soccer league. I play pickup soccer. I walk outside. I started playing pickleball. Like, I put myself out there 100%. And even on the dating apps, when I give a guy a chance that maybe I'm not super into, but he's nice and, you know, he has certain qualities that I am looking for, maybe not all of them, they still ghost me or burn me.
I wonder why.
So I just want to tell you that you are not alone, and what gives me hope is that there are people that do meet their soulmate later in life. Just look at Meghan Markle. She met Prince Harry, I think, like when she was 34, 35 and got married at 36. And Kourtney Kardashian, you know, married the love of her life in her 40s.
Did she just compare what Meghan Markle and Kim Kardashian did? No. You're not in that category. You're not on their level. It's crazy.
So you have to stay hopeful because there are 6 billion people in the world and we are all on our own timeline. So maybe it's not happening for you right now, and that sucks, and I understand because I'm in the same boat. But there is a person out there that is looking for us just as much as we are looking for them. And I hope you find that, and I hope I find that too.
Chris, hi. Wow, you have the exact amount of hair that you have in your profile photo. You have no idea how refreshing that is. Sorry, yeah, before we order drinks, can I just lay a few things out onto the table so we're both not wasting our precious times when we could be answering unread emails?
No wonder you're single.
So, I'm looking for a husband and someone to have kids with. Ooh, yikes, I know. I'm not saying right now you don't have to impregnate me on top of these menus. That's just what I'm looking for right now. So if commitment is like the boogeyman to you, I totally get it, but you know, boo. Also, I have never come to completion solely by having an eggplant inside of my flower garden. It's important that you know that. In my multiple years of being active, it's never happened not once, so I'd appreciate you not making your entire personality about being the person who changes that. It's gonna affect your manhood. I'm probably just not the girl for you, and I'm definitely not gonna spend the next 10 years pretending like I am.
I wonder why they left.
If you know what I mean. I'm a feminist, shocker, and I'm not necessarily saying you have to be. Labels can be weird. I just would prefer you not think that any man who willingly went to go see Barbie was gay by default. Also, that being said, my best friend's on standby and she will come save me immediately should you say anything even remotely resembling an Andrew Tate quote. That one's just for my safety. Now, last but not least, I'm looking for someone who wants me as a partner, not a cheerleader. The blonde hair can sometimes throw people off. So if you want a little more rah-rah, sis, boom, bah, Chris, I love that for you. You're a very attractive man. That's why you're here. I'm sure you can find a variety of options available to you at the local mall. Now, that being said, Chris, do you feel like we're on the same page? Can we order a drink and try not to talk about our ex for the next hour, or are we reading different chapters? Fantastic. Let me go pay for parking. I'll be right back.
And right then and there, that's when most men would have left.
So is it my job as the dad of my children to make sure that it is food in their mother's refrigerator? Is that my obligation?
Listen, I don't care.
No, I got to say something because I was in a scenario like that before. And yes, if your baby mother's down and out and your son is living there, I don't care. Even if she had a bunch of other kids and she had another baby father, still, I will provide what's needed, not extras. You need some food? I'm going to get you some food. My son needs to be well fed. I want my son to be in a great position. So, of course, I'm going to give money. I've done it before. I can speak from experience. I've done it before. She's been down and out. I made sure she had. That's what you do as a man. But let me let him take it over.
Listen, I don't care how you want to word it, however you want to flip it. It's your job to make sure your kids are fed, as well as it is hers. But clearly, she can't feed them. So that means you have to make sure that they are fed. I don't give a f*** if don't stay together. I don't give a f*** if you hate. I don't give a f*** if you and her never see eye to eye. Your kids need to eat regardless. Now, please don't get... I understand your frustration because he said they have the kids 50-50. So he probably feeling like, well, damn, bitch, I got to fill up my fridge and yours. I can see if he was a deadbeat and the least he could do was put food in the fridge, but that's not the case. But at the end of the day, the kids still have to eat. It wouldn't matter if she was a kid. The kids still got to eat. Now, you could try to get 100% custody, but then you would have to pay for daycare and a babysitter while you work. So it's going to be cheaper to just keep the 50-50 and put groceries in her fridge. You're going to be saving money regardless. Unless your kids are older and they like 8th, 9th, 10th grade and they can stay with you full time and you don't need no babysitter or daycare. But other than that, just feed the kids.
I moved to Dubai to become a porta potty. And if you don't know what that is, it's women who come to Dubai and get pooped on for $50,000.
All we need is one night in Dubai.
Dubai is most known for being extremely expensive. Some of the most wealthy people in the world visit or live in Dubai. They are known for their architecture and their really delicious foods. A few years ago, a handful of influencers came forward and said that their lives turned upside down after receiving messages on social media from men asking for them to fly out to Dubai and have a good time with them. A lot of these girls were extremely happy and they agreed to take the trips, but they didn't know what was going to happen in their future. In order to receive these gifts and the money, some of these girls were asked to do strange things with animals. They were asked to eat or bathe themselves in really strange substances. It was also really common for them to be showered in another strange substance. Some of these girls were too disgusted to do any of these activities and were stuck, basically stranded in Dubai with no way home because they couldn't afford their tickets back. Other girls were extremely pleased with the actions. They said that what they did was worth every penny. Others said that the trip left them traumatized. They suffer from PTSD because of what they had to go through while on this vacation. Dubai porta potties aren't just Dubai porta potties. The more you know.
Yeah, that's wicked what happens in Dubai, but you got to think. Some woman that go there, they think, like, imagine, like, put in your head, Suki Hana. Think about her song. And then I switch. Now I'm eating his ass, eating the gas. She loved, man. She went to Dubai. She's happy. She's like, that's what I do on a Tuesday. Got peas on me. She's gonna be satisfied, right? Now, women that are into that stuff and like the extra freaky stuff, some women outside of going to Dubai get pooped on anyway. So they Dubai porta potty, they give me how much? Satisfied. Exactly what she said at the end. Women leave there satisfied, going, I did what I normally do on a Saturday night. It got 50,000, 100,000 for it. Actually, over the whole weekend, right? Because as they're doing it, she finished. Oh, can we do this again soon? Oh, you want to do it again soon? Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. We're getting tired. they get tired of her. I have no more poop left. Brother, for you have to go home now. But yeah, some women love doing it.
Why doesn't anyone talk about how hard it is being a pretty girl in this day and age? Not even in just in this day and age, just in general. Like, being a pretty girl is literally a blessing and a curse at the same time.
I had to pause it. I think she thinks she's hot stuff. Another one. I understand now. And I'm sure it happened. I didn't even check it. It's too late now, but I'm sure guys flooded her comments. You think you're hot. You're not that hot. You're not. I saw other posts with her hair. Her hairline was like way back here somewhere. It was wild. You know, one of those women with the finger waves in with the braids, she had that, and it was back here because it's not her hair. Yeah.
At the same time, it comes with so much. Like, I don't even want to get into so many story times, but it really comes with a lot. Like, whether it's friendships, whether it's relationships, whether it's anything.
Yes, we choose the exact love that we want. First thing you have to establish is, do you even know what you want? If not, that's the first step. There's ways to fix that, but you shouldn't even be out there. 2 is what you have, what you want. The key to getting everything you want in life is not to settle. Because if you settle, you have no room for what you actually wanted in the first place. Always remember that, ladies. Follow to join the Pretty Girls movement.
Is it just me, or have women never ever been more entitled than they are now? And do you know the one reason for this? The one reason why women are so entitled nowadays compared to 10, 20, 30, do you know what, even a couple of years ago? Social media. Now, like, a few of my followers have commented on this and telling me that social media is to blame for the way women are at the moment. And I had to think about it for a bit, but then I was like, yeah, they're actually 100% correct. Social media has literally facilitated women in this belief in their head that they are somehow the superior gender. And because, you know, they've gone through some shit over the years with men, that now all of a sudden they fucking can do what they want. They can basically do what they want. They can treat people how they want, especially treat men however they want. And because of, I don't know, years and years and years and years ago, when they had to stay at home and they couldn't go out to work, and now they've been told that they can have it all. And they're just so entitled. Like, some of the comments I get on here from women is like, oh, we've had to put up with abuse for men for so many years and now we can pretty much say and do what we want. No, that's just as toxic. It's just you're not helping anything, and you're just making the whole of society awful. And we're going to get to the point where we have no more children because men and women are not going to be able to coexist together enough to have families, because men have just had enough of women being so entitled. You've got to have a little bit of like give and take, you know. People should be nice to each other, both genders. There should be no like men bashing. Don't even get me started. I'm going to do another video on that. It just seems to be men bashing all over social media at the moment. But yeah, sorry, I went a bit off topic. But yeah, do you agree? Women more entitled than ever before? And is social media to blame? Have a great day.
When you are a man's wife, yes, you are his personal assistant. He's your boss. A woman will happily have a job as an executive assistant somewhere. When your happiest job should be the executive assistant to your husband. Every day I get on Beyonce's internet, I see one of y'all bragging about how you're fat but still got a man. You ain't got to work out and this is still here. I ain't doing the laundry and he's still here. It's abuse. Why do y'all brag about what you're not going to do for the man as though there's not billions of women out here and plenty of other women way better than you who will do it? Y'all will withhold the cooch, withhold laundry. You withhold so much on the man as though you are just the finest, most beautiful woman with the most best cooch that has ever been invented. While you making a list of what you're not going to do, there are plenty of women that will. Y'all love to work. Go work at Chick-fil-A for a while and learn how to just have it be natural. My pleasure. No problem. I got you. Whatever you need.
Real talk. Yeah, and the sad thing is women are starting to get left and they're feeling it. They're feeling it now because guys aren't playing anymore.
And stop looking for unicorn behavior if you're not a unicorn. And I know I get a lot of stick on this online because they're like, oh, you talk from like, you know, about attractive women. There's just such a big difference in how men respond to them. It's night and day. So you have to remember when you're taking advice, you have to remember, just like you have to remember your budget price, like money-wise, you have to remember your budget looks-wise. If you're not incredibly beautiful, it's limited how much submission you can get out of men. If you're hyper beautiful, you'd be shocked at how much men will submit to you. And it's a sad fact of life. I don't recommend it, but it's a sad fact of life. And I think I had this realization very recently when I get millions of messages on a daily basis saying, oh, you helped me so much from men. You've helped me so much. I understand my wife so much better. You've saved me from depression, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I'm really grateful for that. But when I look at my subscribers and my followers and how much I help men, I have millions of people that watch it.
The guy took me on a date to one of these chain restaurants. For the first date, he would not hear from me again. Oh my God, you're shallow. All you care about is money.
Yes. They right. You are shallow.
Oh my God, like you want me to take you to the stores in Vegas and open them after hours so you can pick out 12 bags. No, I understand that I can come off as bougie. That's not what this is. You can't take someone to a chain. You just can't.
Let me tell you how silly this is. You know, Nobu is a chain. So the problem with these ignorant women like this woman here, you worried about the restaurant and I worry about the person that you go with to the restaurant. You would rather for a good man to take you to a chain restaurant and your next restaurant be Steak 44. But no, you want Johnny who got 15 women on the side who don't give a dang about you, want to take you and bend you in the 3-point stance and take you to a nice restaurant to get the goods, and then he ain't talking to you no more. That's what you want.
Biden, in his term, pulled out of Afghanistan and pulled into Ukraine, Taiwan, and now Gaza, thereby starting wars with Russia, China.
So I'm watching this woman and this man. Apparently, she went out, they live together, she has kids, she lives in his house, they're not married, and she went and got her tubes tied and decided to let him know after it was done. According to her, the decision was already made. So here's the thing, and here's the thing that I don't think y'all understand. The first rebuttal that she has is, well, you're already a great father figure. Okay, valid. She validated that. Good job. However, you know that this man does not have his own children, and yet he took you and your children in, and as you say, he's been doing a great job. So you decided to take it upon yourself to go get this permanent decision made and tell him he just need to deal with it. And when he's upset and wondering why you didn't talk to him, the next thing you say is, well, I don't see no ring on this finger. Okay. All right, let's go with that, man. You don't have a ring on your...
Yeah. So this happens every now and then. She doesn't understand, or she thinks men are okay because they won't have any children with that. But men love children. Men actually love being married. I'll be honest with you. The fact that I'm married at 43 years old, I'm happy. And I was searching. I remember earlier you see a video, a woman said, guys are not looking for that. No, I was looking for it. What a lot of ladies don't realize is that a lot of men are looking for that, right? Some women do because they see that men actually have feelings, but not the feelings how you think. Not, oh, boo, 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 hoo about every little thing. But we care. We care in our own way, but we care a lot. And men are looking for the right woman to care for. And it's not women like y'all. And men are not dumb because they realize it's definitely more to life than dealing with a woman like that.
I am leaving, and I am never coming back.